What's going on, everyone? Art at Patience Metal Fab, and I'm out in the shop doing another episode on our Volvo 242. On the last one, you saw that we mocked up the engine and transmission. Right now, it's pretty much just hanging there because we were waiting for some packages to come in with front-end suspension parts. And as you guys saw, we unboxed those. We've got them all laid out on the table, and Gary's gonna give us a breakdown of what we've got here and why we chose this kit. So what are we working with?
We're working with about 60% of Cortex Racing front SLA. SLA stands for short long arm. Similar to, Mustang 2's kind of pioneered it. It originally is what you've seen adapted into a lot of hot rods and other things. Just means that you get rid of the McPherson strut. You got a long lower control arm and a shorter upper control arm. The suspension allows for a lot more tunability. So what we got here is their sort of universal builder's kit. We've used their parts on some of the S197 Mustang stuff in the past. And you've seen us use their rear ends, their Watts link setup in Gramps when we built that thing. Date Night got them as well. But this thing, we really wanted to figure out a way to get rid of the McPherson on this car and go to something more set up than just simply picking, your run-of-the-mill Mustang 2 or improved Mustang 2 hot rod front end.
How are we going to go about this? We've got arms, we've got cross member. How does this all come together, especially as a universal kit that's not meant to be in this chassis or with this engine? How does it work?
The critical piece to that is just establishing the height of this cross member in the right location. This bolt hole right here is your lower control arm mount. They're able to give us the information on a height dimension between where the center of the hub sits at ride height in relation to the lower control arm. We already know where our tire is in relation to the car based on the ride height that we want. So working back from that through this, it'll give us our height on this. We'll get this into the car, figure out how to actually locate it, and then we'll move on to the upper control arm parts and snap your fingers, we'll have a front end in this thing.
So those will be in before the end of the video. We should have a complete front end suspension on this thing by the time this is done. I want to take the opportunity to pause Jeffrey for a second on the Volvo build. We were off at PRI for the last couple of days. He stuck around the shop and got a lot of work done, so I figured we'd do a bit of a catch-up. One of the last things you guys saw is us integrating that Mustang front end from Cortex into this car. Obviously, it's something that doesn't belong on the Volvo, and so we had to do a ton of modification. There is a reason we chose that kit, because it is somewhat universal. Jeffrey, can you break down what exactly you've done on this side to kind of make it work?
The kit was originally for a Mustang, and they gave us some dimensions on kind of control arm angles and stuff that they wanted to achieve to make the car drive right. Unfortunately for us, it doesn't fit this car. So I've had to go through and basically modify their K-member, the back of the lower control arm mount, which we re-gusseted back to the chassis to reinforce this whole area. And then we designed this upper control arm mount to fit our car that we mocked up originally and just checked how the geometry of the suspension worked and found that we liked what it was. And then I went in and spent some more time redesigning a permanent mount. So right now I have got these welded up and I'm just installing and kind of finishing the front mounts.
You guys saw him mocking the wheel up and then some of the control arm and hub components. And so there's no manual for this. Really, you kind of have to figure it out as you go along. Has it been giving you much trouble, or is it moving pretty nicely?
You always run into stuff that you get like that, kind of a moment. But overall, you know, everything you just work through it one issue at a time. And, you know, it's not overall challenging when you realize, you know, it's metal and you cut it and you keep moving forward. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't just fall into place, that's for sure.
Well, so far so good, and the nice thing is this side isn't quite complete, so he's gonna finish off the passenger side, and then we're gonna hop over here and I can show you guys how he's gonna close this up, add that bracket, and then eventually we're gonna start hanging the suspension components off of this, and it's gonna start looking like a complete car. Maybe the coolest thing about it all is once it's down on the ground with wheels, you won't even see all of that work that went into it, but you're definitely gonna feel it. This thing is gonna handle super nice with the rear end modifications we've made, the front end, obviously the engine choice, it's gonna make a ton of power. This thing is gonna be really crazy underneath and kind of almost stock sleeper looking on the outside. We've reached the stage in this build where there's gonna be a lot of in and out with the front end components, so I'm gonna leave Jeffrey to it and finish editing out the video that you guys are watching. Now, I'll give you a little sneak preview of what he's got going on in the next one. It's the engine mounts. Those are looking really good. I'm gonna do a start to finish on the fabrication on those. And then also the seat placement. This owner decided to go with these really nice Recaro seats, but they needed to have custom seat mounts made, so Jeffrey's been working on that as well. They are mounted, but you guys are going to get to see them start to finish as well in the next episode. So if you're enjoying the Volvo content, please like the video, subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one.